Today we're gonna be using peel and stick wallpaper to turn this wall behind us into this. Let's get started. All right, so we've got the outlet covers off and we're kind of ready to get started on this wallpaper. This is peel and stick wallpaper that we're using. And the first thing I'm gonna do is, because I know that my walls are not completely level, this is an old house, or plumb rather. So I'm gonna use this laser level that I've got. It's also got a vertical line, and this is just a cheap one that I got off of Amazon, and I feel like I've already got my money's worth out of it. But essentially you just set this up and you get a nice plumb line eventually once it finds level somewhere in there. Obviously I'll put it on the ground, but that'll give us that plumb line and we'll know exactly where to lay or install our first row of paper. Now what we're gonna be using is this stuff here. This is an easy hang product from Roman something. It's like a peel and stick helper. Found this on Amazon, and we've already tried it out already in the half bath downstairs. It actually works really well. Simply you just spray the walls before you install the paper, and this gives you a little more workability with the paper so that it just doesn't stick and stay there. And then obviously you can peel it off. It just makes things easier. And as this dries, it'll stay nice and adhered to the wall, but give you a little bit of that increased workability while you're installing it. So we'll be using that. Obviously, a couple of smoothing tools to get all of our air bubbles out, and a little X-Acto knife. That's gonna be for trimming around the top, the sides, and all the trim. All right. Let's get started. Now, before we can get started on the first row, we actually need to wipe down the walls and just make sure that we've got a nice clean surface and just kind of remove any of those imperfections in that wall so that it doesn't show through the wallpaper and we know everything's gonna stick nicely. Now, since we did just trim, we're just gonna go ahead and wipe down the walls, get any dust that is left over from, you know, the trim dust that we sanded. So we've got a nice clean surface to adhere this wallpaper to, and so we know that everything's gonna stick. We'll also just sand down any imperfections, any little bumps or whatever in the wall, and make sure that doesn't show through the wallpaper itself. Now, it had been a while since we installed peel and stick wallpaper the last time, so we just kind of had to figure this out as we went. The first two strips were fairly straightforward. It was the third one where we encountered the side of the trim and trying to get everything perfectly aligned. So it was a little bit of trial and error here, but we ended up kind of making it work. And then we got into the corner, which again was more trial and error. But I kind of think we came up with a fairly decent solution to make that work as well. So typically the easiest way to do this, you would typically start from the corner and then work your way from left to right. However, since this is a feature wall, so I'm told we're supposed to start in the middle and work our way that way. And the nice thing about that, good and bad thing, is that it gives us half of a sheet on the corners instead of trying to get a seam perfectly lined up with a wall corner that's we know is not plumb. Now, the other thing is it's easiest to sometimes with longer sheets, especially from ceiling to floor, to start at the top, obviously overhang the top and overhang the bottom a little bit. You can get it kind of cut to size. Obviously since we have a pattern here, there's these little pieces that align the pattern. So we've got to line those up and make sure that we've got a little excess at the top, a little excess at the bottom. And then you can kind of peel the paper back off the back of it and work your way down the wall. Now, one thing that we've learned, especially once you've got outlets and trim that you're dealing with this one in particular, we've got to work all the way around this window. And it's easy for you to get a line right here and stay nice and plumb to this paper. But once you get up here, you can kind of get a little wavy. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and put a plumb line where the edge of our next sheet is going to go, and that will give us a marking that we can hang to once we get up through the window and work our way around the corners. Now, honestly, as far as like cutting around the corners, I don't know that there is a perfect process to this. You just kind of got to get it as tight as you can and slowly cut away a little bit away. Don't try and cut too much, cut a little bit away at a time, and then you can kind of work your way around that corner and continue to lay. So again, just smoothing it out as you're laying it on, Obviously with the peel and stick and traditional wallpaper, you'll be able to kind of realign it and move it around a little bit. But one thing I will say is that the spray, this easy hang stuff, is definitely worth the little bit of extra money just to give you a little bit more workability. So we're gonna go ahead and try this and see how it works. The other thing is gonna be cutting around outlets and switches. You're gonna wanna do that because that's gonna cause your paper to kind of have some weird alignment as well. So we're gonna get started by kind of figuring out how much paper we need and cutting it down. Now when it comes to cutting the paper, I just have a scrap piece of wood and a straight edge. I'm just using a level for this, but just use your X-Acto knife. Obviously a piece of metal is going to work best because the blade will slide across that nicely. And we'll go down to the other end and cut that. So this is the tough part for this wall in particular, is that we've got to actually align it down here. So rather than working from the ceiling down, we got to work from the bottom up. So I'm gonna start by peeling the paper at the bottom. You want to do the bottom?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go like this part.
All right, so we got this, basically we've still got this tab on here. We cut underneath of the trim, and then this flap is still here. What we'll do now is we'll cut along this piece of trim, because there's a little jog behind there, and then along that piece of trim up there, and then we'll be able to lay this part into that joint and cut that out. Okay, so I already went ahead and cut the lower one right down here. But essentially the way that I did it was I was able to get it into this corner and go from top to the bottom. And then so that is in there. And now this can go in here. And this can go over. And down. Not too bad. That actually turned out really good. We're like professional wallpapers, James. Okay, so when it comes to the corners, well, I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but the way that we did it in this corner, it turned out pretty well, was to actually go ahead and take all the paper off, because the paper kind of stiffens it up and it's hard to bend into place. Can you grab that? So what we did was we took all the paper off and obviously went ahead and sprayed the corner. And then we'll kind of be able to fold this paper and lay it into the corner a little bit better. Careful. The best way that I can explain it is essentially in the corners you're gonna, well, the way that we're doing it is working from the side of the paper and into the corner that way. Instead of top to bottom, we're working into the corner. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned yet that I do feel like is necessary to mention is that when cutting the wallpaper with that X-Acto knife, we actually use this straight edge that you see here. This is one of the smoothing tools that came in a kit that we got, and I'll link below to that kit. It's on Amazon. It was not very expensive, and it includes a few smoothing tools, the X-Acto knife, and basically everything you need. But using that straight edge to guide that X-Acto knife was what allowed us to get those nice clean straight cuts. Once we got all that corner wrapped up, then we just had a few small pieces above the window to finish off the wallpaper. All right, now we've got these lights, these sconces that are going to go in here. And we held off on the holes because we wanted to get this window trimmed and know where we could center this up. So I've got a level laser line there. I'm gonna center it with the window, which is 22 between there and there. I think I measured this one. I've already gone ahead and marked this one over here, but yeah, 38 1/16. 29, so. All right, so that's where my lights are gonna go. Now, one thing we did in the rough end stage was we've got an outlet down there on each side for the nightstands, and then I went ahead and put a switch in here. And then I just ran some electrical wiring in this area so that now we should be able to drill this hole, find that wiring, connect it to that switch. That way our sconces can be easily turned on and off just by a switch by the bed. So we'll get these holes drilled at some point, and we'll start running the wiring for that light, both lights. Now for the sconce on the left, I didn't have anything behind the drywall except for the spray foam on the exterior wall. So I needed to add a little bit of blocking. I used a 1x4 and I was able to actually pocket screw it into the nearby stud to secure the wall plate to, or the mounting plate for the light itself. Now, if you're interested in these lights are from Kichler and they're called the Trentino wall sconces. So I will link them below in the description. If you want to learn more about those, you can go check those out. The cool thing about these lights are that you can also plug them into an outlet. So you can either wire them into the wall directly like we did, or you can actually just plug them into an outlet and they have a little switch on the back of them. Now, another thing that I want to mention is that peel and stick wallpaper is a very easy way to kind of transform a room or just add a feature wall like we did. The other thing is that it is renter friendly, so you can peel this off and it's gone. It doesn't leave any problems on the wall. Theoretically, I haven't peeled this off, so I can't say for sure. However, we did do peel and stick wallpaper in our daughter's room, and that came off just fine. So if you're looking for an upgrade to a room or a feature wall just to kind of make it your own, this is definitely an option. It's easy to do, and it didn't really cost us a whole bunch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something along the way, as you should do every day. Until next time, be safe and happy building.